Hello, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Bree. If you're new here, I help all the babes get unstuck in life, brand, and faith. And if you're returning, welcome back. How's your mother? How you doing? Anyway, so today's video is kind of special. You know, it got a little oomph to it because it is my birthday. Yes, it is. Today is my birthday, and oops, my bad, y'all. So when I did film this, it was indeed July 21st, my birthday. But it's as of current, it is September 6th. And who knows, it may be December before I actually upload this thing. I just wanted to let y'all know that. Sorry. I am so excited. Now, what am I going to do for my birthday? I may create a little montage in here somewhere. If you don't see a montage, that means I went to sleep. Okay? If you don't see any extra clips attached to this here video, just know I went to sleep. Okay? But thank you guys for joining me, because on today's video, it's kind of special since, you know, I'm in my big threes. Okay? I'm in my big threes. And I feel like I've got some stories to tell. I feel like I can help the people. I feel like I can help the girls. Okay, so with that being said, I want to talk about a few things that I have learned thus far in life, in brand, in business, in faith. Just a few things that I have learned. Now, if y'all want to make this into a series where we talk about different subjects, by all means. But your girl has lived. Okay, so let's jump right in. So in no particular order, number one would be don't ignore the red flags or the green flags. People will tell you about themselves really early on. You will be able to see who this person is really early on. Okay. In my experiences, I've had to start paying attention to how people treat other people, because eventually how they treat other people will be how they treat you. If you see someone doing all screaming and yelling and always cussing someone out, always calling someone out their name, fussing, fighting, their name's always in the mix, chances are just because you're around doesn't mean they're going to change. Okay? They may put on a mask, but it doesn't mean they're going to change. Just because you're around, your presence didn't automatically make this person stop cussing and fussing at everybody. Okay? And chances are, if you're anointed, you're probably going to receive a whole lot of issues from this person. Okay, but that's another story. Okay. So yeah, so just pay attention to the signs. People, if you let people talk long enough, they'll eventually give you the truth of a thing, if that makes sense. If you let people talk long enough, they will eventually tell you the truth. But you have to pay attention early. Don't go in thinking that you could change anybody, because baby, guess what? You still trying to change you. How you gonna work on you and try and change everyone else as well? Can't do it. Ain't gonna happen. Give it up. Okay, so that would be number one, is to pay attention to the red signs and the green signs. Those are going to tell you what kind of person you're dealing with. If you choose to continue past all of the red signs that you see, you hopped into that. You decided to get close to the monster. Okay, so that would be number one. Number two in life lessons would be take the break before your body takes the break for you. You know you can't work 72 hours straight without sleep, food, or water. Why are you trying? You know that you need to schedule in self-care. You know that you need a break. I'm sorry, I do not subscribe to this hustle hard community. I don't subscribe. Listen, I will nap. I will nap quickly. I will nap so fast and then get back up and do what I have to do. But I will catch a nap. Okay, so but if you're finding yourself under a lot of stress, your body will tell you that you were under a lot of stress, even if you function well in stress. Because I believed I was functioning well in stress at one point in time until my heart rate was astronomical. I thought that I was on my way to see Tupac in them, because is Tupac in? Okay, so anyway, listen, my heart rate got so high at one point in time that I was beginning to have these heart palpitations. And I remember the day specifically when I decided to start listening to my body, because my heart rate was so high and I just felt it. It just felt like it was jumping out of my chest, right? I remember calling my best friend at the time, and I remember telling them, hey, I don't want to go like this. I don't want to go. I don't think it's my time. And that scared me so much. I mean, the kids wrapped around the bed. Listen, when I tell you. So the next day I went ahead and I scheduled a stress test. I just began doing the things that I needed to do, because clearly my body was telling me that I was under pressure. Okay, clearly my body was telling me, hey, we've had enough and we're trying to warn you. If I had not listened, who knows? You know what I'm saying? Like, who knows? So started my weight loss journey, started working out, started eating right, doing all these things, started eliminating stress. Not only did I eat right, not only did I start going to the gym, because when I tell you that scared me, but I started eliminating stress. I started on my workout. I started on my health journey. I started prioritizing sleep. It got so serious to the point where I was putting timers in my phone reminding me of when it was time to eat, because I would forget. And then that's even a cycle, because I forget to eat, but then when I eat, I crash out, and that's not helping no one. But anyway, when your body says it's time to rest, it's time to get up and go for that walk, you need water. When your body is telling you these things, you need to go ahead and listen. Even with the physical aspect of that, I also checked in on my mental health, checked in on my spiritual health, checked in on my emotional health. When I tell you, I went on this journey of me, if I'll call it that. I went on this journey of me so I can be better for not just my kids, for the people who I have purpose for, so yeah, so I had to go through that. I had to do that, which leads me to my next point of to become more intentional with the people that's around, the words that I say, and the places that I go. That is the lesson I want for you to learn now, niece. That's the lesson I want for you to learn now, today. Become more intentional with your words. No is a complete sentence. No. No. Do you have, no. I really want to, no. No is a complete sentence. Okay. Meaning that if it's not a yes to you, don't force it to be a yes. Meaning that a no can honestly save so much stress for you. And standing on that boundary of that no. So becoming more intentional with my words by being careful of what I say around things that are important to me. Like baby, listen, you know what I had to stop saying? That little business. My little business. Oh, that was just a little thing. Girl, who? Girl, who? I had to stop saying little business. Oh, that's just my little. Oh, that's just a little. Oh, that little. Girl, no, this is grand. This is big. It's enormous. I had to stop. I had to take that out of my vocabulary myself. I had to stop saying I can't so much and start agreeing with the, well, I can do it and it's not impossible. I had to put in my vocabulary things that aligned me with what God said about me, right? So I had to eliminate a whole lot of can'ts. So intentional with your words. Intentional, become intentional, niece, nephew, uncle, become intentional with the people that you are around. My God, today. The people you hang around truly matters. Have y'all ever heard that saying that you will become the fifth person you hang around? It's something like that. Now, don't quote me. Don't quote me. But if you hang around 4 millionaires, chances are you will have picked up enough habit. You will have picked up enough to become the fifth millionaire. If you hang around speakers and coaches all day, chances are you are going to become a speaker or a coach. If you're around business people all day, chances are you're going to become the business. You get what I'm saying? Well, vice versa. If you hang around 4 people that don't really want too much out of life, they're not really fighting for anything, chances are you're going to lose fight too. I don't know. It's a science. I don't know. It's something Einstein. I'm just playing. I don't know who came up with it, but it's true. So your company matters. Your friends matter. The people you are around matters. Who are you letting pour into you? So just as much as you have to be intentional with what you pour out and the words that you're saying, the thoughts that you're saying, you have to become intentional about who's pouring into you. So the people you hang around matter. And also becoming intentional about the places that you go as well. Literally the places that you go. Humbly speaking, okay? I'm going to humbly say this. So you are too good to go to certain places. You shouldn't be found there. Just some places that you should not put yourself in danger. You should not. There are some places that will play a toll on your mentality of what you think about yourself. There are some places that will add levels of stress to you. And why would you want to do that? Like, why would you? So no. Be intentional with your words. You know, not everything needs a response. Be intentional with the people because the people matter. And be intentional about the places that you go. Literally the places that you go, because that will play a part. The next lesson that I had to learn was money's important. Money is important. Become financially literate, you guys. Read the book. Rich Dad, Poor Dad is the fantastic one. Dave Ramsey has some good options. Patrice, don't quote me, Patrice Washington, I believe her name is. I'll pull her book somewhere. I don't know. She has good stuff. Become financially literate. You need money. No matter if they're getting rid of the dollar, no matter whatever you hear these people saying, at the end of the day, some transaction needs to take place for you to go to where you're trying to go, or eat what you're trying to eat, or get what. So no matter whatever conspiracy you may hear, some kind of transaction still has to be made. And it's important that you know how money works. It's important that you know stocks and bonds. It's important that you know why you need investment, because there may come a time where you need to pull into a stash and you got to make sure that the stash is there. My mother used to always say, save for a rainy day, because you never know when it's gonna rain. Baby, when I tell you I have seen more Hurricane Katrinas, listen, become financially literate. We should be able to serve and not worry. We should be able to give and not worry. We should be able to tithe and not worry. Like, we should be able to go, we should have 20s in our pocket ready to give the homeless person that we see on the street. Like, we should be able to fund different things, or create our own grants and all of that. Like, we should just be able to do those things and see the recycling of money and not worry. So become financially literate. There are systems banking on you to become financially illiterate. So knowledge, baby. Knowledge is power. Learn about money. If you have been enjoying these lessons thus far, please like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all the things. Go follow me on Instagram, all of the things. But the last lesson, almost there. The last lesson. So the last lesson I want to talk about in this video would be to stop waiting on perfection. And the babes in the Unstuck community hear me say this a lot, okay? Because it's true that you'll never reach perfection. You'll never reach it. You're always going to find, it's going to be something that's going to make you want to quit because it's not good enough, right? Perfection changes. And if you look at the beauty standards, look at what they considered beautiful back then in Marilyn Monroe's, or who? Back then in Marilyn, put some respect on her name, okay? Back then in Marilyn Monroe's beauty standards versus now. Okay, the beauty standard lines are so blurred. Like, but back then that was considered perfect. Now this is considered perfect, you know? So it's always going to be a blurred line of what perfection really is. And so, yeah. So, yes, we become immobilized in thinking that the real us is not enough. So we don't show up that way. But I have learned that there is a level of favor attached to your personality, of blessings and grace that is attached to who you're supposed to be. There is just certain rooms that you can't get into pretending to be someone else. In fact, God won't bless you. He won't give you the blessings that are assigned to you because you're pretending to be someone else. But you have blessings assigned to you. That's only going to come when you tap into who you are. So that's something that we talk about a lot in the Unstuck community. Join my email list if you haven't already. But that is something we talk about a lot. Like, don't let perfection stop you. There's a lot of favor attached to you showing up in who you really are, right? Perfection, waiting on things to be perfect, sis, will have you waiting a really long time. You will be waiting almost forever, okay? You will be waiting almost forever, waiting on perfection. So my advice is to just show up as who you are. Just show up being you. Take the time to really be okay with being excellent. Because there's a difference. I'm not going to get too churchy on this here video. Maybe we'll have another conversation about it. But just know that there's a difference between you being excellent at a thing and you being perfect at a thing. When you are walking and working in excellence, even though it's still great, you still leave room for the Holy Spirit's correction. But when you're walking or trying to just encompass this perfection thing, you're simply relying on you being perfect. And you will never, ever, ever, zoom in, ever achieve that level that you're looking for. So be okay with greatness showing through your excellence. Okay? So with that being said, I got to put my coach hat on. With that being said, launch that project, sis. Launch that book, sis. Get out there, sis. Show up, sis. It's time. And see, listen, I get hyped. It's time. It's time. Stop hiding. You're waiting on perfection, and perfection is never going to come. While there are people waiting on you and what you have to offer, but you're too busy wrapped up in the package that these people are going without. Do it, sis. Do it. Y'all don't, you want me to get started? I'll get started. Thank y'all so much for joining me on this episode today. So drop in the comments, what are you currently learning? What is the lesson that you're learning? You never know, the person reading the comments might need to learn that lesson too. So drop it in there. And as always, don't forget to subscribe, like, follow, hit the notification button. You can follow me on Instagram. I'll put that somewhere up here. But if you can't catch me on the socials, join my email list because yeah. Yeah. So I love y'all. Tell your mother I said hey. I'll talk to you. Bye.